Planting season is underway, and if you're looking for something that lasts in the garden, try Perennials. If you take care of them, they'll come back year after year. Our Dale Cade, the garden guy, gives us some tips on how to keep a continuous bloom all season long.
G'day everyone. Annuals by definition, like this tuberous begonia, bloom once all season long and then they're done. Perennials, on the other hand, like these herbaceous ones behind me, they bloom a little bit shorter bloom periods, but they do come back year after year. So that makes them really valuable in the garden. So let's take a look at how to get the most out of your perennial garden. The first thing, of course, is selection and knowing your site, whether it's sun, shade, things like that. And then, most importantly, selection. The best thing to do to have season-long color is pick those that bloom at different times of the year, like this little dianthus here, and also peonies. They are spring bloomers. Echinacea, like this coneflower here, is a summer bloomer. Sedums are fall bloomers. So what you want to do is have a continual bloom cycle in the garden. So look at the tag, go to your favorite local garden shop, talk to the experts, and they'll help you through bloom times. I mentioned a little bit about site selection. Most perennials like about 6 hours of sun, but there are those that do like a shadier location, like this coral bell here. The daylily, on the other hand, loves and needs sun. Also pick plants that are good for your zone or your climate. Here in the Twin Cities Metro, we're pretty much a zone 4. So if you're choosing a plant like this buddleia here that's technically zone 5, you know that's going to need some winter covering. If you're way up north and it's zone 3 or zone 2, you know it's bulletproof. So you can do a little bit of research there when it comes to plant selection. And then, of course, your taste in colors, whether you want them for cuttings for later in the summer, or you just want different kind of colors and textures. Asiatics have some different colors and textures with them. So all that kind of plays a part in your plant selection. And even banging in some natives like this swamp milkweed is an absolute must for any perennial garden. So when it comes time to planting, take care with this step: site preparation. The more that you could add in some rich organic matter like this compost, if it's in a sandier or heavier soil, adding peat moss prior to planting is key. Dividing your perennials every 3 years will help bloom. Sometimes if you had those perennials in there for a couple of years and they just don't seem like they're blooming, go ahead and divide them early in the spring. That's key. They may also need some support as well. These grow-through grids are really good if you've got a peony. These to keep the flowers up, these hoop grids are really good. And then finally, when it comes to fertilizer, they're really not too fussy. That makes them key as well. Low maintenance, just a general kind of a balanced fertilizer like this. These numbers are all pretty much the same. A balanced fertilizer like this, if they're established, you bang the fertilizer on right about now when they're about 4 or so inches up, or newly planting, you can put some of that in as well. And then finally, cover them with a wood mulch. I use a pine bark wood mulch. That's just my personal favorite. You can, of course, use any type of wood mulch that you like, and make sure that you have about 3 inches around them. That helps retain moisture and keeps them happy, especially over the winter months. Have fun gardening perennials in your neck of the woods. Back to you.